Hello there and welcome to Friday, friends. Brand new month. It's Friday, August the 1st, 2025. And we are live this busy bank holiday weekend, live from Ireland, just outside Castlebar, County Mayo. Hope you're well and very happy Friday to you. So much happening all around the country today. I don't think there is a sinner working at this hour of the day on a Friday of a bank holiday weekend, except for myself and all of the honeybees. I was out for a walk earlier. The honeybees are working overtime these days. Lots of bees, and that's good, and they've got lots to do because we've got very high levels of pollen. This year the pollen levels are off the charts, which is why everybody's going around with watery eyes and sniffing and all that stuff. Very uncomfortable, I have to tell you. But anyway, we shall suffer on. As I say, lots going on, and today itself is, looking at the calendar, International Beer Day. Couldn't have happened at a better time, so you can celebrate by having yourself a nice cold one. It's also World Wide Web Day. The www, that www thing at the end of internet addresses, they're celebrating that today. Yes, friends, we're celebrating the internet. www.globalirishradio.com or gir.ie. That's where you'll find us on there. Now, today marks Lunasa as well, which is one of the four ancient Celtic festivals, with August 1st signalling, of course, the beginning of the harvest season. And Lunasa, which marks the midway point between the summer solstice and the autumnal equinox, is known as a key ancient Celtic festival. Other ones, as you know, include Balchna, Imbolc, well, that sounds like a curse word, Imbolc, or St. Bridget's Day, and Samhain, of course, which is the Halloween pagan festival. We have them all, but today, Lunasa. And one of Ireland's best known plays is actually centred around this day. Brian Friel's Dancing at Lunasa, remember that one? And the famous Puck Fair in Kerry is also linked to this most ancient of Irish celebrations. And traditionally, there has been food and drink, as you would imagine on any great big holiday or celebration, food and drink. And sport as well, and couples would try to conceive. And that's got links to the An Puck Fertility Festival in Killorglin, down in the Kingdom of Kerry. So whether you're getting it on or not getting it on today, we hope you'll stick with us for the hour on this Lunasa, August the 1st. We have all that you need to know to get you ready for your weekend, whether you're here or farther afield. And as I say, there is so many things just looking, and I was reading the Irish Independent earlier on today, and there is actually so much going on that the Irish Independent have very nicely put together. They've created an online interactive map for the entire country of Ireland so that you can find out what's going on close to you. And just to run through some of the highlights happening this bank holiday August weekend here in Ireland, we have the Bray Air Display. You got world-class pilots taking to the skies over Bray in County Wicklow, aerobatics and breathtaking formations, if you're down in that part of the world. And I was listening to some young ladies on the radio earlier today, and they are real bravehearts, real daredevilish stuff, because they're going out on top of the wings and they're doing acrobatical stuff or whatever it is they do on the moving planes, and the planes going in excess of 100 miles per hour. So brave women indeed they are, but there you go. You can catch that if you're anywhere near Wicklow over the weekend. The Flacchiol, of course. Flacchiol here. It's in Wexford and it begins on Sunday night. So people can look forward to some great traditional Irish music, as you say, starting on Sunday and going on during next week. So that is one of the highlights, certainly, of this bank holiday weekend. It will be opened by our Uachtaráin na hÉireann, Michael D. Higgins. He'll make the trip down and he'll be there to kick off the festival. We'll have lots of pictures on that in our papers, no doubt, on Monday morning, the bank holiday, if there is a paper. Waterford hosts Spree, which is the biggest summer street party. They have everything down there. Oliver was on the radio broadcasting live from Waterford today. And boy, they have big names, big artists, including Bob Geldof, and lots of famous people down there. And there's all these street activities. There's circus activity. There's street entertainers. It's just so, it's huge. It's the biggest one in the country. That's Spree, taking place in Waterford over this bank holiday weekend. Elsewhere in Dublin and Croke Park, Dublin versus Meath in the All-Ireland Ladies Football Final. Lots of people will be excited about that as well. You can watch it on Tina G. And Cora Staunton has a nice preview of that game on RTE on the website today, www.rte.ie. Most people don't use the www. anymore. You don't need to use the W. Everybody just assumes that when you say rte.ie, it's a given www. But since it's www day, we will use www. The World Wide Web. We're celebrating it today. That's what the calendar tells us anyway. Other great things happening, and as I say, there's a lot. Can't go through all of them, but the Puck Fada is happening in Louth. Not entirely sure what that is, but it gets a lot of attention, a lot of coverage, a lot of people go there, the Puck Fada. Fergus can tell us all about that one. Wicklow hosts the 147th Wicklow Regatta. That's to do with boats, a marine type festival. And Castlebar Music Festival is taking place as well today. Lots of big acts, or over the weekend I should say. Lots of big musical acts will be hanging around Castlebar. And then there's the Trib Fest in Kildare. And the Trib Fest is a festival of tribute bands, and there are some real good ones. So some of the things to watch out for over the course of this bank holiday weekend, August weekend, Lunasa here in Ireland. Have fun if you're heading to any of those things. And the weather looks like it'll be cooperating at least Monday, until Monday or thereabouts, or Sunday night, when there is kind of a bit of a storm. We talked about that. We'll talk about it a little bit. We'll talk about it again in a while. We'll look at the weather in a few minutes. How is that? We'll talk about the weather later. We want to get to the front pages of today's Irish papers, and really just one story in town. Nikita Hand, and she's pictured on the front pages of pretty much every Irish paper today. That's after Conor McGregor lost his appeal against a civil case verdict that found that he had raped her, found guilty of rape in that civil action. And she says she's looking forward to getting on with her life now, and urged other victims to speak up. She said, "I can finally move on." Meanwhile, Conor will be... he'll be handed a tab for about $2 million in legal fees. Drop in the ocean for Conor. Sure, he's got lots of money, but there you go. Didn't work out the way he had intended, I think. New evidence that he had intended to introduce into the appeal. Well, there were problems with that, and now that's the subject of another legal action. But anyway, there you go. That's what's on all of our papers today. In case you're wondering, Nikita Hand once again hoping to put to bed once and for all that civil action involving Conor McGregor. He lost out. She gets to keep the $250,000 in damages that was awarded to her, but he gets an additional bill of $2 million for legal fees. It's a bank holiday weekend, and as I always tell you here on the programme, Fridays before and I'm not surprised, everybody's on the road already, heading to their destinations. People are going on short trips and different things that they got going on over the weekend. So the roads are busy today, and as it's a dangerous time. Statistically, the most dangerous day and time of the year to be on the road is on a Friday before a bank holiday. So be careful out there. And there's a shocking report that has landed on the desk of our Garda Commissioner Drew Harris. Our outgoing Garda Commissioner Drew Harris commissioned this report, and it was after a whistleblower or something brought something to attention that's quite disturbing. Garda Commissioner Drew Harris said he was shocked by a damning report that found some traffic cops have brazenly disregarded their road traffic duties. It is shocking and very worrying, the Commissioner said yesterday after details of the report emerged. The Garda report was presented to the Independent Policing and Community Safety Authority in June and revealed that some traffic Gardaí have no interest in their specialist jobs with regards to the road safety aspect of it. And it was ordered by Commissioner Harris after he received an anonymous report from a whistleblower about elements of the roads policing operation, basically indicating what the report is revealing. So that is not a good news story, and it's not a good revelation at a time when, road fatalities, there's a lot of them happening up and down all around the country, and Road Safety Authority and other bodies working so hard to get the message out. And now through this report we hear that some of the top Gardaí charged with road safety policing have total and utter they're not interested in policing the roads. There you go. Not unless it's low-hanging fruit, the farmers off to the march, or people going to work early the next day, when they should be out at other times on, say, late at night when people are coming home and feeds a drink on them. But anyway, that's the story. That's the story that's in a lot of the papers today. It's not getting huge coverage, but it is in the centre pages, and no doubt there'll be lots to talk about that on the airwaves, on the chat shows and the different commentary programmes over the course of the weekend. Studio at GIR.ie. Friends, we're live each day on Global Irish Radio, the Daily Crack Show with you, and the country is finally set to bask in some more sunshine. It's been a while now since we had a bit of sun. There's been a lot of cloud, a lot of grey cloud in most parts of the country Oh yeah, every now and then I know it bursts out for a little bit, but overall it's been mostly cloudy over the past few weeks. Showers as well and stuff like that. Nothing like the weather or the heat wave that we had there a few weeks ago when everybody was being warned to apply the sunscreen quite liberally. And it's worth noting, and the experts will tell you this as well, that even though the sun may not be shining on cloudy days, your skin can be damaged by those ultraviolet rays from the sun. So just because you can't see the sun doesn't mean it's not there and it's not doing damage to your skin. So people are urged in the cloudy weather as well to put on the sunscreen. But anyway, I digress. Just to let you know that the National Forecaster has revealed that there's to be a good deal of dry weather over the weekend and into early next week, with sunshine and warm temperatures as high as 24 degrees in the coming days. So it looks like for most of the weekend anyway, it's going to be nice, it's going to be sunny, and yes, we will be able to see the sun. And same applies for the sunscreen. But there you go. And then looking into Sunday night and into Monday, this storm we'll be talking to you about is gathering momentum, and people are talking about that as well. But the experts and Carlo Weather here, forget the guy's name from Carlo Weather, he's always out, he's very accurate, he's more accurate than Met Éireann, I think, a lot of the times. And he's been out talking about this storm that's making its way towards Ireland. Storm Florence is what it's called. But he's saying now that the latest models are showing that it might veer off towards the north of Ireland, more so than the south, and down over Connacht, where it was expected to come barreling in on Monday. Now it looks like we'll get windy and wet that's a tongue twister, wet weather on Sunday night into Monday, but the worst of the storm kind of conditions will be off towards the north of Ireland. So that's the latest on that. Of course, they're monitoring it very, very closely. These weather systems, they can change direction in an instance. But that's the weather forecast. Nice over the weekend, nice warm temperatures, plenty of sunshine, and then watch out for Sunday night into Monday. We'll definitely be getting some rain and wind, but maybe not the brunt of that storm front that is making its way towards this lovely country of ours. Galway races, and yesterday was, lots of glitz and glamour at the Galway races yesterday. That's because it was Ladies' Day. All the fancy hats, all the fancy outfits. Lots and lots of coverage of that in our papers today. It is a pleasure. It is eye candy. And a medical secretary at Galway University Hospital has scooped a whopping 10,000. She's been named as the winner of the Best Dressed Ladies competition this year at the Galway races. And her name is Megan Cunniss. And as I say, she wowed the judges. She's from Galway. She wowed the judges. She's wearing a long white, kind of a vintage type fashion. Let's see what they're saying here. The 28-year-old won over the judges on Ladies' Day with her style, confidence and individuality. That's what won it for her. And she told us, I love vintage fashion, 1950s fashion. I love looking up Dior archives, and I tried to copy some of it and stuff like that. But there you go. She's wearing a long white dress with, it's hard to describe it, but she's got a hat that's not unlike the one that Melania, Donald Trump's wife, wore at the inauguration, except it's the radius is out much further. It's a bigger hat, and you have to have a big hat. We don't necessarily have to have a big hat to Galway races, but if you want to stand out, it's almost like an umbrella on top of her head. But it's the, so there you go. She looks great. And then let's go. So she got the best dressed. 10,000 goes into her back pocket for her troubles. A nice, elegant dress in white with black lining. And then let's go to the best hat rather. The prize for the best hat went to Breda Butler from Thurles in County Tipperary. She won 3,000 for a standard piece by Michelle Cairns, I should say. That was the designer, Michelle Cairns. So there you go, they're happy ladies, and there's lots of interesting hats pictured, and the one that won is rather fascinating as well. There's a lot going on that hat, that's all I can tell you. But lots of pretty ladies there, but there can only be one winner in each category, and those are your two winners. So well done to both of them. For everybody else, well, sure, there's always next year. Keep working on those fashion. They all look great. It's hard to pick a winner, obviously, but they went for what did they say? She won on individuality. Well, we know what she won for. Enough of that. Studio at GIR.ie. We are Global Irish Radio. We are the Irish Diaspora Station. Remember the stamps that we were telling you about yesterday? The special edition stamps that were launched by An Post and our Taoiseach Micheál Martin. Well, some eagle-eyed enthusiasts have spotted a flaw, or so they think that it might be a flaw. They spotted the modern technology of An Post stamp. Well, they spotted this. Basically, they spotted a television aerial on one of the buildings in the backdrop. The background, apparently, I can't see it because my eyesight's so bad, but the background behind O'Connell Street features the images of the GPO on one side, and on the other side is a building with a chimney on which there appears to be an old-style television aerial, which you might think, well, what's wrong with that? Well, the picture is from a time when there was no television, essentially. Televisions were not received in Ireland until 1949. That was 105 years before the setting of this image. Alan Puss said AI software was not used and insisted that the artist David Rooney deliberately included the aerial as a visual signal to link the very modern global range and impact of O'Connell. Do you buy that? I don't buy that. But anyway, there you go. I can barely see it though. But apparently some really, really, really sharp, eagle-eyed people did notice it. And as we say, it's a picture of, in the foreground, Daniel O'Connell. And way in the backdrop, barely visible, is the GPO and a building with a chimney and a television aerial from a time when there was no televisions, Eddie. We didn't have televisions on until very recently. But anyway, there you go. They came up with a good and plausible, or they think, reason why it's there. Anyway, they intended to do it. It's not a mistake, in other words. So pay no attention to it, pay no heed to it whatsoever. Oasis, they're getting better every night. That's what their backup or their opening band. They have a group opens for them every night. They call themselves Cast. They're old friends of the band. They're all pictured in the papers today. They're getting a bit of spotlight for a change. Usually it's the Oasis lads getting all the attention. But today, a nice piece in there about the band that is opening up for them. You recall that the Wolftones had said they'd love to open up for them on this current tour, but they weren't selected. Cast were, that's the name of the little group. 3 of them, and they're fellow 90 veterans, and they've been friends of the band way back, and they've been supporting them at a lot of their gigs in the former times as well. So they're saying they're opening, and they're hearing the brothers Noel and Liam Gallagher, and each night they say they're getting better. So there you go. By the time they arrive in Ireland, which is mid-August, the 16th or 17th, they'll be even better. So there you go. Sure, what else would they say? They're opening up for them. But anyway, it's nice to see them get a little bit of exposure, as the opening act for Oasis. Now, lots of exciting things to look forward to at the Electric Picnic this year. There'll be all kinds of artists and entertainers. It's not just music, there's comedians as well. Rosie O'Donnell will be there this year. Dara O'Brien, Miriam McCallaghan will be there. There'll be, football legend Brian Kerr will be there. Lots of people. There's a lot of famous podcasters going to be there as well. So they have all these different stages, a total of 6 stages, various artists, not just, as we say, musicians, podcasters, comedians, all kinds of entertainers, theatrical stuff as well. So that's the Electric Picnic coming up very, very soon. And Rosie, I heard recently Rosie O'Donnell, she's currently doing a show in Dublin, a comedy show, but it seems to be going down like a lead balloon. Her humour is not exportable, it would seem. And, that was one review in one of the papers anyway, and it didn't say a lot of good things about it. And apparently it was not funny at all. But anyway, there you go. It was Rosie's take on Irish humour, which she doesn't seem to get at all. But anyway, there you go. That's Rosie O'Donnell, who we must give a shout out for saving a person that almost choked in a restaurant here in Ireland. An old age pensioner, 90 years plus, almost choked on her, salmon tartare or something. And Rosie came to the rescue. And she got a lot of good publicity out of that. But the show is not getting great publicity, her comedy show. So, yeah, make of that what you will. Haven't seen it, so I can't say other than what I read or heard about the review. Now, the legacy of the Miami Show Band. It's 50 years, believe it. It's kind of, I suppose, the story of the Miami Show Band is kind of fading. But it was a terrible atrocity that happened in the north 50 years ago now. And it's been marked, obviously, the 50th anniversary. The legacy of the Miami Show Band is about more than just music. It is bringing people together. A survivor of the Loyalist ambush, which targeted the members of the band. They were going home one night on the bus, and basically these Loyalists pulled them over on a traffic stop. It was a fake traffic stop, and they opened fire. And they killed a few of them. So the surviving members are marking the occasion 50 years on. It was a sad time, a dark time in... obviously in the history of Northern Ireland, and we're all too familiar with tragedies. Incidentally, 2 of those Loyalists killed themselves when a bomb that they were putting on the bus exploded prematurely. But anyway, lots of pictures and lots of talk and lots of coverage marking the 50th anniversary, as we say, of that ambush that seen a few of the members of the Miami Show Band losing their lives. Now, the Late Late Show returns onto your television screens tonight, believe it or not. But don't get too excited. It is not live. Patrick Keelty will not be in studio live. It's kind of a once-off best-of show, highlights of the last season. So RTE, not sure why, but they're putting that out. Maybe they're stuck to put something on. Maybe they've got an opening in the schedule. But you'll see Patrick Keelty and some of the best-of moments. Should be good. And if you're at a loose end tonight and you don't have anything going on, you can turn on the TV and watch that. As I say, it's about an hour long and it highlights best of moments of the show. Patrick Keelty, for his part, he's been in the news obviously a lot this week. The news that he and Kat Deely are going their separate ways. But we are being told that Patrick Keelty will return as the presenter of the Late Late Show for another season come September. It's nice kind of to whet your appetite. And if you are looking for something to do indoors this weekend, if you're not participating in any of the outdoor stuff, or maybe you want to do both, the Naked Gun, the reboot of the Naked Gun movie is hitting cinemas across the country this weekend. Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson. And I was watching the trailer. I've watched it a couple of times now. It's quite funny, actually. And it's getting good reviews. Some reviews in the papers today. And they're saying a lot of nice things. It seems to be quite funny. So if you are a loose end over the course of the weekend and you want to go to the movies, that's a movie we recommend for you to watch this weekend. It'll give you, it's not that long either. I think it's about an hour and 25 minutes long or something like that. But apparently it's full of laughs. And Liam Neeson is brilliant and Pamela Anderson is brilliant. And again, a lot of good reviews and stuff like that. And, if you want to cheer yourself up, God knows we look at the papers every day, we look at the news every day, and there's so much bad news between Donald Trump and his tariffs. And he's just, I see the markets are crashing this Friday as we come into our bank holiday weekend. The finance guys probably won't want to look at that, but, ruining their weekend and everything. But markets crashing around the world with the latest on the Trump tariff announcements, as he is, today was the deadline, so the man is following through. And he's causing mayhem in some parts of the world with those countries that haven't already worked out a tariff deal. But we have our tariff deal in place, so maybe we don't need to worry about that. We're certainly not going to worry about it too much anyway. But there you go. But you look at other areas as well. So much bad news in the papers and all that's going on in the Middle East. The pictures of the starving kids and stuff like that. So if you need a moment of escape and a moment of laughter and a moment of happiness, maybe that's the place to go. The movies this week. And The Naked Gun with Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson. Friends, we're live here on www.globalarishradio.com or gir.ie. Let's get some music going for you. And it's the Whistling Donkeys. I'm a Rover. Brand new from them this Friday. Happy Friday.
Though the night be in darkest dungeon, not a star to be seen above, I will be guided without a stumble into the arms of me only love. I went up to her bedroom window, kneeling gently upon a stone. I rapped on her bedroom window, my darling dear, do you lie alone? I'm a rover, seldom sober, I'm a rover if I agree. And when I'm drinking, I'm always thinking how to get my love's company. Her feather pillow, raised her arms up around her breast, saying who's at me bedroom window, disturbing me at me long night's rest. It's only me, your own true lover, open the door and please let me in, for I have come on a long night's journey and I am near drenched to the skin. I'm a rover, seldom sober, I'm a rover if I'd agree, and when I'm drinking I'm always thinking how to get my love's company. The greatest pleasure, opened the door and she let me in. We both shook hands and embraced each other until the morning we lay as one. Well now my love, I must go and leave you, though the mountains be high above. Well I will climb with the greatest pleasure that I have been with me only love. I'm a rover, seldom sober. I'm a rover if I'd agree. And when I'm drinking, I'm always thinking how to gain my lost company. I'm a rover, seldom sober. I'm a rover if I'd agree. And when I'm drinking, I'm always thinking how to gain my lost company.
You Global Irish Radio listeners out there, wherever you may be. It's myself, Finbar, here in beautiful northern Colorado, inviting you along to the Reigal Teigal Celtic Folk Show, streaming here live every Monday and Friday evening at 10 p.m. Irish time, where you're guaranteed to hear some rare old recordings from the old country and beyond. And it's all here on globalirishradio.com, the home of the Reigal Teigal. Listen to the Reigal Teigal on Global Irish Radio.
Yes, indeed, the Reigal Teigal tonight at 7 o'clock. We're looking forward to it. Thank you very much, Finbar, out there in beautiful northern Colorado. Friends, we're live here at Global Irish Radio. It's the Irish Daily Crack with Sean G. All by my lonesome again today. Margaret was at the zoo yesterday. She didn't go to the zoo by herself, by the way. Her brother was off for the week and wanted someone to go up there with them, up to the zoo with the youngster. So she and the grandchild. And he headed up there. And by the way, he works for Coca-Cola. And turns out that the story that Donald Trump told us about Coca-Cola, he knows the recipe for what goes into it. You know that secret recipe for Coke? They make it here in Ballina, County Mayo. They have a big operation down there. And the Donald came out recently boasting that he had got Coca-Cola to change the recipe and put real sugar in there. Well, I can tell you it's not true. A lot of stuff comes out of that fella's mouth that, well, is very questionable at the best of times. And the story about Coca-Cola, you notice that the response to Coca-Cola by Coca-Cola at the time was fairly muted. In other words, they didn't want to say no, but they didn't want to tell lies. And I don't know where that story came from. I think it was part of the flooding of the zone that he's very popular or well known for. When he's trying to when he's trying to take your eye off some other story, like the Epstein thing, he made so many attempts with the treason accusations against Obama. Did nobody ever think to mention January the 6th a few years back when it comes to treason and stuff like that? But there you go. I digress. And then, of course, there was the attempt at... I don't find myself normally agreeing with Al Sharpton. So things are really bad, I think, when I do find myself agreeing with Al Sharpton. But he was highlighting a lot of different efforts that were made by the president to distract people from the Epstein thing. And, the whole thing with the Washington Redskins and Cleveland Indians also. They're all flooding the zone. We know that. We're not stupid anymore. We know how it works. But anyway, there you go. So anyway, Marg's back from, had a wonderful time up at the zoo and got to see most of the animals. Some of them didn't come out. She was a bit surprised because she'd never been to a zoo before and she expected to see all the animals caged. And was surprised that she had to walk around a big area, and the fact that the lion didn't even come out. He was in his house, wherever he lives, didn't even come out. Neither did the tiger, but they got to see the elephants and the giraffe and the flamingos and lots of other stuff. We have a wonderful zoo, a zoo in Dublin, and lots of people go up there and enjoy it. And today she's gone off to knock. But anyway, there you go, a zoo of a different kind. In terms of the presidential race here in Ireland, nothing really new to add to all of that, other than I see that the Labour Party have come out now and they're throwing their support behind that left-wing candidate Catherine Connolly. She's the TD from Galway West. So they're gonna throw their weight or their support behind her. So that tells me that the path to a nomination for Lord of the Dance star, Riverdance star Michael Flatley is narrowing. He will need the support. He has registered an interest, and he said he wants to get on he wants to be the President of Ireland. He wants to be a voice for the people. But getting on the ballot now could be increasingly more difficult for him, no more than Conor McGregor, because he needs 20 TDs or he needs 4 local authorities. And with Labour now pledging their support to Catherine Connolly, that's those votes are gone. So it remains to be seen. He could get 4 local authorities, but as you know, most of the local authorities in this country are obviously, controlled by Fine Gael or Fianna Fáil or Labour, and they'll have their own candidates. So it's going to be hard to see how he gets on the ballot. But there you go. We're getting ever closer. Fianna Fáil, hard to believe. They've had 14 years to have a candidate ready, and they still don't know. I don't understand these. I don't understand the election's going to be in October. Maybe it's because I'm used to the US political situation where the presidential election starts about 2 or 3 years. Basically, it starts the minute one election's over. The campaigning starts for the next one. But we are in August now. The election will be in 2 months' time, and a lot of the main parties, they still don't have. Sinn Féin obviously have to name their candidate. Maybe they might back Lord of the Dance star Michael Flatley, but I suspect not. And of course, we're still waiting to see who Fianna Fáil will back. So that's the latest on that. There's no real news, in other words, on that front. Coming up in a few moments' time, we will take a look at some of the top stories, the trending stories this Friday here in Ireland, including one story involving the judge making a ruling to stop a farmer trying to buy his way into heaven. He has intervened in the case. What is that all about? Well, stay tuned. We'll tell you in a little while. Let's get some more. It's Friday. Let's get you into that Friday feeling with some more great music. Michael English and the Murphys got together and they produced this one. Love Won't Break Your Heart.
In the village bar on a Friday night, an old man watched a young man who was looking for a wife.
He'd seen them once, but never twice. So the old man said, "Hey young man, I'll give you some advice.
My oh, I've seen them come and go,
And if you want to play the game, there's one thing you should know. You gotta have some faith, the best will wait. Love won't break your heart, boy. Have some faith in your soulmate. Love won't break your heart, boy. You know it when you hold her hand.
then someday you'll understand.
You'll remember this old man said love won't break your heart, boy.
Then the young man called the old man from the door.
Could you tell a fella how to keep them coming back for more?
The old man laughed with a knowing grin.
Said if I have to tell you then you're never going to win.
Their hearts, you gotta have the smarts
To know when you know nothing, but here's where you're gonna start. You gotta have some faith, the best will wait. Love won't break your heart, boy.
Have some faith in your soulmate.
Love won't break your heart, boy. You know it when you hold her hand.
Then someday you'll understand.
You'll remember this old man said love won't break your heart, boy. Oh, play it now.
In the village church, confetti fills the air.
Wedding bells were ringing and the young man standing there.
The old man walked up to his side.
Saying I took my own advice and went and got myself a wife. Proof that what I said is true. Alright, it took me 50 years, but fact is that I knew. You gotta have some faith, the best will wait. Love won't break your heart, boy. Have some faith in your soulmate. Love won't break your heart, boy. You know it when you hold her hand. Then someday you'll understand. You'll remember this old man said love won't break your heart, boy. All right. Love won't break your heart, boy.
You're listening to Sean G on Global Irish Radio.
Was the summertime, the rest so hot. I went for a walk till beauty spot. The sun had danced on the pale blue sea. Met a girl and she smiled at me. She looked so pretty on the golden sand, long white dress and shoes in her hand, flowing red hair, eyes so blue, and I asked if I could walk with you. You can walk with me, talk to me, we'll keep each other company. Somehow I knew I'd met my wife, someone to share with me for life. We walked and talked for miles that day as the sun did sing over the bay. And I asked her if she'd marry me. She said I will by the pale blue sea. The day was set to exchange gold rings in that little church while the choir will sing. Friends and family with their delight will dance with joy into the night. You can walk with me, talk to me, we'll keep each other company. Somehow I knew I'd met my wife, someone to share with me for life. Years have gone by since her wedding day, in that little church looking over the bay, where she stood so pretty with flowers in her hand as the breeze did blow on the golden sand. You can walk with me, talk to me, we'll keep each other company. Somehow I knew I'd met my wife, someone to share with me for life. All you lads, if you're looking for a wife, someone to share the rest of your life, take a walk like my wife and me. You never know who you might see. And when we die, to heaven we'll go, and we'll look down on the strand below, where we walked for years, hand in hand, and carved our names down in the sand. You can walk with me, talk to me, we'll keep each other company. Somehow I knew I'd met my wife, someone to share with me for life. You can walk with me, talk to me, we'll keep each other company. Somehow I knew I'd met my wife, someone to share with me for life. Someone to share with me for life.
Ah, yes, indeed. It's the music of Pat McKenna. Walk with me, talk with me, or talk to me. Talk to me, that's what it is. This Friday of the Bank Holiday weekend here in Ireland, the Irish Daily Crack with me, Sean G, on Global Irish Radio. And speaking of walking, I was out walking last night with Remy, as nothing unusual about that, as I usually do. And we were walking along the main road when, what did we find? Found something, a sod of turf, believe it or not. Now, that might sound rather not unusual or out of the ordinary. A sod of turf on the main road we found. And we picked it up. And Margaret does not like us picking up things and bringing them home. No, not at all. I'm very opposed to that. In fact, I find a lot of, people lose things all the time. I found €10 one day. She didn't complain when I brought that home, mind you. But anyway, iPhone charger I found another day. I actually found a full loaf of bread another day, and I didn't bring that home because I know we wouldn't be eating it. But it's amazing what you find. And another day I found a scissors, but she throws them all in the bin when I took it home. Anyway, I found this sod of turf, and it's significant because the sod of turf, I was astonished at the perfection of the sod of turf. It was about 8 to 10 inches long, about 2 inches thick, and it was a perfectly formed sod of turf. But more importantly, the sod of turf was as dry as a piece of cardboard, and it was light. And we'd be used to the turf. Margaret normally buys a trailer of turf every year, and every year is increasingly to the point where she's not going to buy it anymore, because we always get this bad, wet thick sods of turf that's wet and moist and not perfectly formed like the piece I found on the road. And earlier in the day, it turns out I'd seen a tractor and trailer, young lad going up with a trailer load of turf, and I was wondering, I wonder what that turf is like. That's how it is in Mayo when you see a trailer of turf. And I was like, wouldn't that be, maybe that's good turf, unlike the turf we usually get. And so I figured that sort of turf that I found whilst out walking fell from the trailer of turf from the young lad that had gone up the road earlier in the day. And I wanted to bring it home to Margaret to restore her faith in the in turf, basically, because she's given up on turf. So many bad experiences, and the fella that brings it to us, he puts the nice turf on the top of the trailer so it looks good, but then when he dumps the trailer and he pulls off and you look at the turf and it's not good turf, and it's so hard to light. And you know, we've had bad turf experiences now for a while, and as I say, we weren't going to get any this year, but I picked up the side of turf and I brought it home with me. Now Margaret was heading to the bed early last night because she had a long day in Dublin yesterday at the zoo. She was up very, very early, so she was already about to hit the hay, so I had to bring it down to the bedroom to her. Get out of here with that sod of turf, says she. I'm like, no, ma'am, you have to feel the sod of turf. Look at it, it's perfect. She's like, I don't need to touch it, it's great. Yeah, take it out of here. Anyway, I know, no, touch it, Margaret, because feel it. I want you to experience the sod of turf. And I explained what happened and how we found it, and how, you know, this could be, we need to find out who this guy with the trailer of turf is, and we could get the turf off him. So she's like, no, well, I'll touch it in the morning because my hands are washed and I'm about to go to sleep right now. So I said, I'll leave it on your chair. Don't leave it on my chair. Don't leave it on my chair. So anyway, I left it on the chair anyway, and I went out the back to wash up. And you won't believe what happened. When I came, I could hear re-raw agus rúlia búlia. That's Irish, but roughly translated, it means commotion from the bedroom. So I come running inside. I did Remy grab the sod of turf from the chair and bring it back down to the bedroom. And there was mayhem going on down there. So anyway, we got the sod of turf and brought it back up and put it on her chair. And then she got up nice and early this morning to head into Mass, 8 o'clock Mass. And when she came home and got the tea, went to sit down at the chair, didn't see the sod of turf and sat on the sod of turf. But anyway, that's the story involving the sod of turf. It was a lovely sod of turf. And if we're looking for the, it's like Cinderella with the slipper. We're trying to find out the farmer with the trailer of turf who has a lovely, nice, dry turf, perfectly formed sods of turf, and had to bring it home to show it to her. And the sod of turf is out there sitting pretty now. But, you know, there is still good turf in Mayo. Moral of the story. Here's the Irish Rovers, the Jolly Roving Tar, on Global Irish Radio.
Well, here we are, we're back again, safe upon the shore. In Belfast town we'd like to stay and go to see no more. We'll go into a public house and drink till we're content. For the lassies they will love us till our money is all spent.
So pass the flowing bowl, boys, there's whiskey in the jar, and we'll drink to all the lassies and the Jolly Roving Tar.
Oh Johnny, did you miss me when the nights were long and cold? Or did you find another love in your arms to hold? Says he, I thought of only you while on the sea afar. So come up the stairs and cuddle with your Jolly Roving Tar.
So pass the flowing bowl, boys, there's whiskey in the jar, and we'll drink to all the lassies and the Jolly Roving Tar.
Well, in each other's arms they rode till the break of day. When the sailor rose and said farewell, I must be on me way. Ah, don't you leave me, Johnny lad, I thought you'd marry me. Says he, I can't get married, for I'm married to the sea.
So pass the flowing bowl, boys, there's whiskey in the jar, and we'll drink to all the lassies and the Jolly Roving Tar.
Come all ye bonny lassies now, a warning take by me, and never trust an Irishman an inch above your knee. He'll tease you and he'll please you, but when he's had his fun, he'll leave you in the morning with a daughter or a son.
So pass the flowing bowl, boys, there's whiskey in the jar, and we'll drink to all the lassies and the Jolly Roving Tar. So pass the flowing bowl, boys, boys, there's a whiskey in the jar, and we'll drink to all the lassies and the jolly roving tar.
Global Irish Radio is excited to partner with 950 WROL AM, the Spirit of Boston, to bring you portions of the Irish Hit Parade, providing the soundtrack to your weekend. Join Paul Sullivan on Saturdays 3 to 7 p.m. Irish time and famous Seamus Mulligan on Sundays 7 to 10 p.m. for a feast of Irish music. Streaming live from Boston right here on globalirishradio.com.
That's right, friends. It's almost the weekend. Best thing about the weekends is live Irish music from Boston. Not to be missed. It comes to you courtesy of Irish 950 WROL AM, the Spirit of Boston. Doing it since 1967 now. You're listening to the Irish Daily Crack. Sean G here with you. And some of the top trending news stories this Friday as we come into our bank holiday weekend and things are winding down. People are getting into the weekend spirit. Nikita Hand has lodged a new civil action. Oh, just when we thought it was all over. And Conor McGregor lost his appeal of that civil action, that conviction, that guilty verdict. Nikita Hand has now lodged a new civil action against former MMA fighter Conor McGregor, as well as a couple that he intended to call to give evidence in his appeal before he withdrew the application in what was described as mysterious circumstances. Miss Hand is suing McGregor as well as Samantha O'Reilly and Stephen Cummins in damages in an action filed yesterday. So there you go. Not over yet. Not over yet, and the tables have turned in that particular case. Another story that's and the one that we teased you with a little bit later on, the farmer that's trying to buy his way into heaven. It's a real story, it's a real thing, and it's true, and the High Court has intervened. The High Court has stepped in. There's not too many farmers that give their money away, so it's no wonder that the High Court is intervening. The High Court has stepped in to protect the interests of a farmer who has already given €350,000 cash to homeless and poor people on the basis God has promised him a seat in heaven. Mr. Justice Michael Toomey appointed a guardian ad litem to represent the best interest. That's a Latin term, but a guardian ad litem to represent the best interests of the farmer. He's aged in his 40s, who the court has been told gave $1,000 in cash to a homeless woman he met. And apparently he went and he sold off the farm, which he got about $600,000 for. And so far he's been handing out vast amount of money to homeless people and people in need, which is not a bad thing. But the court has intervened there. Seemingly it's not in his best interest, and maybe he is, for whatever reason, he's only got $288,000 left in his two bank accounts. So he cashed in the farm, and he's been trying to, as the court put it, buy his way into heaven. And since that might not be an option, the court is intervening to protect his best interests. But it's an interesting story, it's a fascinating story, and it's one that's getting a bit of attention this Friday. Nothing wrong with giving money to the homeless, though. Just don't give it all away. Now, in Thurles, County Tipperary, the Thurles Racecourt. Thurles Racecourt, Ireland's only privately owned racecourt, has closed with immediate effect. Riona Maloney officially announced the decision on Friday, with the Maloney family having owned the Tipperary track for over a century. So at the end of an era there in Thurles, County Tipperary, with the only privately owned racecourse closing with immediate effect. Challenging trading conditions and all of the rest of it. You can read about it all online this Friday. And what else have we got for you? Any other trending stories? Met Éireann. Oh yes, let's touch on the weather. We love to talk about the weather. Let us talk a little bit more about the weather, because Met Éireann has now issued a weather advisory for Storm Flores, which will bring wet and unseasonably windy weather on Sunday night into Bank Holiday Monday. The forecaster said it would issue weather warnings tomorrow ahead of the storm's arrival. It said some potential impacts include dangerous travelling conditions, knock-on impacts for outdoor events, structural damage, fallen trees, debris and loose objects. Met Éireann said the storm could also cause power outages, most likely will, wave overtopping and localised flooding. So that is the latest. Storm Flores is a thing. It is getting ever closer to us. And there will be, as it gets closer, new warnings issued. So watch out for that. It looks like it's going to have an impact on the country Sunday night into Monday. Some of the weather models or some of the predictions are that it will stay closer to Northern Ireland and it won't be so severe here in the south. We'll have to wait and see as it continues its path over the next few days. One or two more tunes for you before we say fairly well for Friday. When the Robins Come Home Now, Curtis McGee.
Christmas, I remember the year. A boy and his sweetheart sat there on the pier. Tomorrow he was leaving far over the phone, and he said, I'll be back when the robins come home. The winter passed slowly, sometimes he was sad. He said in his letters the weather was bad, and that he missed her while out on the phone. And he prayed for the day when the robins come home. I will be back when the robins come home. I have enough money to make you my own. Don't be too lonely now while I am gone, 'cause I will be back when the robins come home. The schooner she waited for was coming at last, but joy turned to sorrow, for her flag was half-mast. Teardrops were falling on the first day of spring. As her tears wet his casket, the robin did sing. I will be back when the robins come home. I have enough money to make you my own. Don't be too lonely now while I am gone, 'cause I will be back when the robins come home. I will be back when the robins come home. I have enough money to make you my own. Don't be too lonely now while I am gone, 'cause I will be back when the robins come home. I will be back when the robins come home.
Good deeds are great things, and a single good deed can grow into a forest of kindness. At treedeeds.com, you can dedicate a tree in someone's honour and make a lasting impact on the planet. Each tree is deeded and comes with a personalised certificate, perfect for birthdays, holidays, memorials, or just because. Celebrate life, give back to nature, and leave a legacy that grows. Visit treedeeds.com today. That's treedeeds.com. Rooted in Ireland, gifted worldwide.
Hi, this is Nathan Carter, and tune in every day for Tom's Irish Radio Show, live from Chicago, 2 to 3 p.m, and Saturday for the Good Morning Ireland Radio Show from 1 to 3 on globalirishradio.com.
Yes, indeed, friends. Big Tom, is back tonight, live on the radio. Tom's Irish Radio Show comes to you live from Chicago on www.globalirishradio.com or gir.ie. Tom at gir.ie for your requests and dedications. Lots of great programs coming your way over the weekend. Yep. Including stops in Sydney, Australia later on tonight, 11 o'clock till about 2 a.m. The Ireland Calling Radio Show. So check that one out. And over the course of the weekend, Tom's back tomorrow, of course, with the Good Morning Ireland Radio Show. All the weekly news for Ireland with Eileen Magner. Sports roundup as well. We go to Toronto for the Ceol Agus Crack programme. There's the Ireland Calls radio programme from New York. There's great traditional Irish music with the Sessions in the Cottage programme with Sharon Smith-Iberly. And a whole plethora of great Irish programmes from different parts of the world. We are the Irish Diaspora Station, globalirishradio.com. Take us with you. Great thing to do if you're going on your walk. Find yourself a good podcast. Make it part of your daily routine. As I always say, there are two ways to get fit in this country, or to stay healthy or to stay active. One is to get a good podcast that you like, and the other is to get a dog. We have both, so there you go. It's a great way to get out and about and enjoy some me time. And me time is very important. We talked about that recently, incorporating a little bit of me time into your daily routine. Just for you. Makes you better, makes you more efficient, makes you happier, makes you all around better. And a lot of people think they don't have time to include me time, but actually you do. You have to make time. So there you go. A good podcast or a good dog will get you out and about walking and keeping you healthy and fit. Right, you always say lots of great programs over the weekend. Check out the Paddy calendar in Chicago as well. An events calendar and community resource. All the latest entertainment, all the happenings in the community. Where to go, what to do, and of course the Irish obituaries and that kind of stuff. The paddyfinder.com. Check it out. GlobalIrishRadio.com. Find us online as well. Give us a like if you haven't already done so. We are here with Each Day Friends, Monday to Friday. Well, most days when we can make it. We do our best to be here to bring you up to speed on all that you need to know. And now that you're up to date for today and for the weekend, we want to thank you for your company all week long. And Sean G wishing you a very happy, if you're here in these parts, enjoy the weekend. Be safe if you're out and about on the roads. It's a dangerous place to be, the most dangerous place, in fact, in the country. So bear that in mind. And before we say fare thee well, it's time for our quote of the day as well today. And it comes from, we've spared no expense with today's quote. Francis of Assisi. Isn't he the patron saint of emails now as well? You know how you CC the email? He's got a new job handed out. Not only is he looking out for the poor and impoverished, he's also looking out for email senders. So St. Francis of Assisi. I kid, of course. Anyway, St. Francis said, a single sunbeam is enough to drive away many shadows. So bear that in mind this weekend. Put that in your pipe, smoke it, do whatever you want. But most of all, have a great weekend. Thanks for your company all week long, and we are going to leave you with Mike Denver and the song All About My Darling Kathleen. Happy Friday. Talk to you Monday.
In an old country hall, down an old country lane, that's where I first met her, and my memories remain. As she waltzed round the floor in her blue satin dress, my poor heart beat faster with her every step. An angel from heaven, a star from above, but how could I tell her I was so much in love? So I asked her to dance on that Saturday night, and that was the start of the rest of our lives. And the crystal ball flickered upon her sweet face, and the girl that I longed for was in my embrace. Oh, please, please don't wake me from this beautiful dream. In your arms I'm in heaven, my darling Kathleen. In an old country church, down an old country lane, our families and friends gathered that day. I had nothing to offer but this small band of gold, and my love forever to have and to hold. And the crystal ball flickered upon her sweet face, and the girl that I longed for was in my embrace. Oh, please, please don't wake me from this beautiful dream. In your arms I'm in heaven, my darling Kathleen. Today our friends gather in that old church once more to say their goodbyes to the girl I adore. And if God is to grant me just one dying dream, I'll waltz around heaven with my darling Kathleen.